Am I the a-hole for being mad my boyfriend won't make noodles the way I like? Let me just say by starting off, this one already sounds like a trip. And I'm getting. So I worked in an Italian restaurant for a really long time, and the word noodles just gives me like PTSD because it was always like, it's not noodles, it's pasta. Anyway, okay, so this sounds dumb, but hear me out. I have always been a picky eater, especially when it comes to tomatoes. Ever since I was a kid, my dad would make spaghetti different from the rest of the house. I like having an essence of the sauce flavor on the noodles, but not the overpowering flavor having noodles bathed in sauce creates. So here's where it gets a bit odd. My dad would separate my spaghetti from the family's after putting the sauce on, and then would rinse the sauce off with the sink and strainer. I love noodles like this. It is a nice, subtle tomato vibe given to the mild spaghetti. My 20 boyfriend, 26, has known about this since we first started dating. He always told me my food habits were cute. We have been dating for almost 3 years now and moved in together at the beginning of the pandemic. So we could be in lockdown together. Ever since we moved in together, he insisted on taking charge of cooking and all cooking related tasks, dishes, grocery shopping, etc. And he assigned me the role of cleaning the bulk of the apartment. We split other tasks pretty much 50-50 too. Everything was perfect, and he always seemed to be making noodles the way I liked them when we had them. This was until last week when we had spaghetti. We ate and everything was good, but afterwards he started teasing me, saying things like, "You really like your pasta with an essence of tomato? And how is your tomato essence, babe?" Always using finger quotes around the word essence. After a few comments, I felt something was off and asked him if he had done anything differently with tonight's noodles than he usually does, and he started laughing. When he finally stopped laughing, he told me the whole truth while smirking. He said, "I didn't do anything different than I usually do. I have never been making it the way you have requested." Apparently, the entire time we've been living together, he's just been skipping the pasta sauce on my noodles entirely. He claimed that if I didn't notice for this long, then it shouldn't matter that he is making dinner in a way that is easier for him. I disagree entirely. I think the lying was a huge breach of trust, and so was the refusal to make dinner how I wanted. I have admittedly been acting passive aggressively to him since, but he thinks he did nothing wrong, that I'm overreacting, and that I need to let it go. Am I the a-hole? So I'm trying not to laugh because this is such a trivial thing, in my opinion. Like, I always wonder, like, what goes through people's heads when they post some of this type of stuff on Reddit. Like you type that whole thing out and you still push post, you know what I mean? But anyway, I get her frustration. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I learned my husband was doing something like this behind my back, I would be pretty upset. Like, for example, the thought of an egg or mayonnaise makes me want to vomit. There was one time recently that I got a sandwich that had an egg in it, and I always request my breakfast sandwiches with no eggs, but they still left the egg on it. And I was like, you know what? Let me be a grown up. I'm 32 years old. Let me try an egg. And I took like barely a bite. I could just like smell it, and I sensed the taste of it, and I was immediately like, nope, and I spit it out in the bag. So if I found out my husband was like sneaking somehow little bits of eggs in my food, I would probably be upset too, but I don't know. This is just such a silly thing, I think, in general, but anyway, I'm gonna have to say all around, you're probably both just jerks in this situation. You're being incredibly picky about something. I bet your dad used to make it without the sauce for you. Like, I just have a feeling. And as for the boyfriend, yeah, lying to your significant other, even about something small is, it's kind of trash, but I don't know. This one's a little crazy. So, edit that she has. My boyfriend found the post and is not happy. I'm debating pouring the sauce directly down the drain to spite him. Edit 2. So a lot has happened since this morning. Y'all may be happy to hear we broke up. We had a huge blow up fight since he found the post, which led to me breaking up with him. He did not like being called a predator, and I started to think y'all had a point about that, so I ended up breaking up with him. He attempted to plead with me a bit. My parents pay our rent, so he can't afford the place without me, but I wouldn't budge. Now, some things I found out in the argument. First, he is not a pharmacist like he always told me. He just works at CVS. Second, he has actually cheated on me multiple times with other girls that go to my college. And lastly, and worst of all, he has never actually been allergic to dogs. He just doesn't like them. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm rereading this is just so funny to me. Obviously, just this whole situation, y'all should have never been in a relationship. I'm sorry. Okay, get it together. But I don't know. This one's just. I don't know what to say to this one. Again, I don't know why this got posted. I don't know. What do y'all think? In my umpteen years of working in the restaurant industry at an Italian restaurant, I will say the one thing I never had requested was for somebody to have the sauce put on it and rinsed off. Like, I got some pretty weird requests at the restaurant, but that was not one of them. So, I don't know. Anyway, what do you guys think about this situation? Because to me, it's just ridiculous, to be honest.